When I left Costco this morning, this lady asked me, how was your 4th of July? And I said, it's not good. And it wasn't. I didn't do fireworks. I didn't watch stuff on TV because I'm disappointed in this country. It is a shithole country. We have a convicted felon and a rapist running this country who's defending child molesters. We have concentration camps. We've murdered 170 schoolgirls in Iran. I've been to France and Germany, in the UK. I've been to Amsterdam. You know what they don't have? Gun violence. They don't have 40,000 people die every year. They have universal health care. People aren't going into debt from having to pay for their insurance. Germany, their college is paid for with their tax dollars. We're the only developed country in the world with so much money that we don't even give our people universal health care. And she goes, well, you know, and she started down this MAGA rant. And I said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of people telling me that if I criticize America, I don't love it. I criticize America because I love it. This is my home too. And we're not the greatest country in the world, people. Deal with it. If you don't like it, ship your ass back to England. Because I'm sick of this crap. You don't own patriotism, MAGA. You don't. You're not patriots. You're nationalists. You love the idea of American greatness, and it's not great. As a white guy, that's what I had to struggle with. That's why I'm no longer a Republican, because it's a lie. And the moment you guys demonized a black man for taking a knee, for standing up for something bigger than himself, that's patriotism. Waving flags, putting red, white, and blue on your face, fireworks, that's nationalism, and there's nothing wrong with that. But too many of you in this country have been confused with nationalism and patriotism. Me as a white guy, standing up for our black brothers and sisters, calling out the horrors that this country has done to people, Native Americans, black people, Asians, women, that's fucking patriotism. Running around with your dumbass flags, that's not patriotism. You don't love America. You love the way that you want America to be. You want to believe that it's the best of the best of the best of the best. It's not. And too many of you, your pride won't allow you to see it because you've been indoctrinated for decades, for generations. I don't need to put 8,000 flags on my house or my truck. I don't have to wear an American flag to be a patriot. Making this country better, fighting for the people in this country, making this country a better place, that's patriotism. And that's the difference between someone like me and you fake-ass MAGA patriots. You don't love the people that the flag represents. You only love the flag. Just like you love a gun more than you care about children that are murdered in schools with guns, because you don't care about them. And as a gun owner, I would turn my gun in if I can save one life. Because you know why? Because I'm a fucking patriot. I love children in this country. I love Americans more than I love a piece of metal than my personal freedoms. And that's what I've noticed, and that's why I left the Republican Party. Because you run around with your crosses and your Bibles and preach about God and how everyone's going to burn in hell unless you conform to Christianity. And I say this being named after Paul, the Saul of Tarsus. You've never loved anything except for yourselves. You're selfish pricks. And you won't even sacrifice 1 ounce of discomfort for anybody else. And you come up there and say, freedom, 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 freedom. Love thy neighbor as thyself. But the only person you love is yourself. You're selfish little pricks. That's all you are. Because you only care about yourself. There's no empathy in the Republican Party that I was a part of under John McCain. There's zero. It's me, 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 me. And now, when you think you see MAGA waking up, they're not waking up. They're finally having consequences for their selfishness, for the racism. And the only thing they voted for was white supremacy and the promise of $1. You ignored rape because you promised me money. You ignored child molesting because you promised me money. You've ignored felonies because you promised you money. You've ignored January 6th. Officers committed suicide, 4 of them, but he promised me money. And now the only thing they care about isn't concentration camps. Isn't the 170 children that he murdered in Iran by bombing them. Not the women that he raped. No, none of that. Now you have to pay more for what? Gas, money, because that's what you people really love. It's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for MAGA to get into heaven. Money is the root of all evil, and that's what you voted for. And when I saw J.D. Vance's interview last week, that's exactly what MAGA Christianity is. You are whores to capitalism. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Build your wealth in heaven where moth and rust can't get to it. But all you care about is money. You don't care about people. You don't care if 80,000 people die, 100, 200,000 die of gun violence every year. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And you're so stupid that you won't even read the entire Second Amendment. Well-regulated militia. That's how stupid and selfish you are. Because you don't care what your gun or your rights do if it's left on a table and your kid uses it to murder other kids. You don't care if someone doesn't go through a background check and is mad, buys a gun at a Texas gun show, and then murders 40 people. Hey, you know, it's the cost of the Second Amendment. Who said that? Oh, that's right. The racist podcaster who was the victim of a school shooting. That's who you worshipped. Because you didn't think that he would be the victim of gun violence. You thought it would be a minority or an undocumented immigrant or a Somalian or Muslim, a non-white Christian. I do this because I love America. Because I want America to be great. But saying that America's never been great for everybody, that's a factual statement. Just because you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Facts don't care about your feelings. What I'm saying is the truth. You've all been lied to, just like I was lied to my entire life, that we're the best of the best of the best. And this country would rather vote for a rapist who defends child molesters, who causes an insurrection as a convicted felon over the most qualified black woman. That is fucking patriotism. If you don't like it, like I said, ship your ass back to England. Have a white day.